Bats, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. So, today, level 37 will be our main focus. It's known as sublimity, or the pool rooms, is what a lot of people end up calling it. It is a very popular backrooms level that expands as a complex of interconnected rooms and corridors. So, I see it mentioned a lot in the community that talks about backrooms, and I decided to make my own video too, just to give my thoughts. So, I think it's pretty cool. Sounds very comfy. I love swimming, so sounds like a nice break, except for one factor that I will get into later. Anyway. All of these corridors are submerged in slightly lukewarm water, so it's essentially, you know, the pool rooms. Like how you would feel a pool, like in high school or something. That was a lot of fun. When I was younger, I used to go there weekly to go swimming, so, you know, nostalgia. There's a ton of variation, and oh, by the way, that doesn't mean that you can't go swimming as an adult in the pool, I guess. But anyway, that's the first thing that came to my mind. There's tons of variation in this level, be it from the size and structure, how open it is, and there's some abnormally shaped areas too. So, you know, geometry is off. Not geometry, just it's weird. Uncanny. The entire room is made of ceramic tiles that are white. The pool water itself is a bluish green, and so on. And that's the colors that make up this level. So, pretty muted colors. Nothing crazy. There's an eerie orderliness to this level, an evenness, pristine, and though there's abnormal shaping, it'll be angular, so like I accidentally said before, it's not really the geometry that's off, it's just the way things are structured. So, it does capture that feeling of uncanny valley with things just not quite being right. Some pillars, for example, are way too large to justify existing, or there's a lack of ledges where the water is particularly deep. This obviously seems like wasn't made for people to go there. Light is irregularly cast, meaning some areas are completely pitch black. Some staircases just go right into the water, which may imply the water wasn't originally here. Meaning this entire level would have just been ceramic tile originally without the water, but you know. Or it could just mean it was here, and that's where the stairs are meant to go anyway. Sometimes things aren't meant to be logical by your standards, bats. Areas completely absent of light are advised to be avoided, seriously, as they're unmapped and you could drown, and that sounds like a terrible death. Yes, there's a bunch of entity-related deaths, but just drowning in darkness, not able to see a thing, it just sounds, well, you know, terrible. The water temperature is strangely consistent, even in the dark areas where there's no light. It's always lukewarm. Traces of Epsom salt have been found in this water, which has naturally relaxing effects on people. It relieves body pain as well, and is probably good if you've had any recent entity interactions, because those can be a bit brutal. But again, there's something that you have to not get, and you'll find out in a second. There's enigmatic compounds in the water too, but your researchers have found that it is just adding to the relieving effect of the water, so nothing scary, which in and of itself is anomalous. For example, the water is constantly rippling, but no one knows how, given it is undisturbed. No one can find the point of where any of this is coming from, or can figure out if it has its own tidal forces. Scary thought if it does, though, huh? Just imagine you get into one area of the pool rooms and you see a gigantic wave. Not fun. And given the backrooms defy physics, yeah. Sound here is incredibly dampened, or even muted in some areas. The water can be calm and quiet, sometimes, but in other areas it'll be very loud. Your researchers are still studying all of this, and like hell do I have all the answers myself. Yeah, who knows. As for entities, lucky for you, aside from me at times, you're all alone. It's basically level 0, but a water version. There's only one entity technically, and it's the hydrolitis plague. So, the plague is most commonly found in stagnant water, and it spreads rapidly due to lack of chlorine. It's airborne and has multiple symptoms. Here's a reminder. You'll get weakness, high fever, severe pain, and delirium if afflicted for too long. The spread of it from others isn't really a concern, obviously, since you're isolated, but symptom effects may worsen if you don't get out of there and get medicine. Let's talk about entrances and exits. Certain locations under the water of level 7 can lead to this level. Submerged areas of level -132 may lead to 37. Curved tunnels in 67 often seamlessly lead into tunnels in this level. No clipping through certain pools in level 997 will lead to this level, with it being more common in pools with ceramic tiles. Entrances to level 37 may be found in the Koror and Huamia, sorry for butchering the pronunciations, areas of level 30, and I'm sure we'll explore those another time. The Windows A presumed exits to level 188. Whatever that means. Sometimes my notes or your research notes are a bit wonky. That, I guess, would be one of those times. Exits. That's important, especially if you get the plague. Wading through the dark, dingy areas of this level may lead you to level 37.1, which is a sub-level, and it's usually, you don't usually notice it. Immersing in the water of this level has a rare chance of re-emerging in the pools of level -33 or -34. I'm going to have to explore these negative levels sometime, because they're interesting and odd, I swear. Anyway. Long corridors in 37 may rarely lead to the workrooms of level 4. Bleh. We're gonna cover that one in a bit. Enclosed tunnels of this level may lead to 43. And finally, certain submerged areas of this level may lead to 67 or -132 in conjunction with the entrances. That's a lot of information. Maybe we'll eventually get there to all of that stuff. If I could actually make connections to videos, if I had enough of entrances and exits, that would be lovely, but I don't. I'm just starting off, Bats. Just a new researcher, kind of. So, the Poolrooms, sublimity. Honestly, a pretty calm, safe area. Again, aside from that plague. Which is scary, yeah, but you can figure out a way to leave, I'm sure, and find medicine, because the Backrooms has supplies, somehow. But in terms of, the high amount of danger, usually from other entities, not really there. And then, of course, you have the level 0 problem of isolation, but hey, at least it's a bit more relaxing, and there's no buzzing lights. With that, however, I think that we are all set. I will mention that I am an author and have a website. So if you like dystopic urban fantasy with the focus on vampires that are awesome and do not sparkle, well then check it out. Otherwise, Bats, I will see you next time for more levels. And please, please, please make sure to suggest content you want me to cover, because I enjoy doing what my audience would like in terms of content to cover anyway. So have a nice night or day wherever it is for you folks.